Hello folks, Henry here, coming with another off-the-cuff unscripted video, so expect lots of rambling and probably not being very effective with my time if I'm honest, but anyway, what I thought I'd show you today, I'm just preparing some ships I want to print, hopefully to show off at Joy of Six, and since I find myself doing the work anyway, I thought it might be nice for people if I show how I'm currently preparing my ships to print, because I've had some feedback before from people asking like, why aren't anchors on the ships and stuff like that. Well, I add them to the model before I print them, so I thought I'd show that. I'm here in the Masts and Ship Accessories collection in my My Mini Factory store. I'm going to download some items that we're going to use in a Blender file to jazz up an STL. So I'm going to want the ship figureheads, opening that in a new tab, rat lines, and the naval guns, boats, and accessories. If I'm honest, this is probably a bad product image because it looks like it's just cannons, but there is actually a lot of stuff in this product, and that's probably the most useful one for us. So I'm just going to go to these, and I'm just going to download them all. You want the new one here. Has that gone down? Yeah, okay. So I will just unzip these here. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. It's always when you're trying to record something that they decide to get super friendly, isn't it? Just extract these. Oh, balls. Have I already done that? Okay, extract this one then. No, that one is done. Okay, apparently I'd already done that. I'll overwrite. I was doing this earlier. I'm just trying to do it again from scratch just to show you all how I do things. Let's just overwrite this. Okay, so I've unzipped all these contents. And we will need them. I think the ship I want to stick in my little exporter here. This is Blender. I could do it with a new file, but yeah, okay, let's do it with a new file. So you know what's on your screen is literally what's on my screen. Click the modeling tab up here on your new Blender file. Get rid of everything. A key to select all. X delete. Okay. I'm going to click File, Import STL to choose the ship that I'm going to play with today. I think I want to print off Bellona, which I have to remember where I've saved it. Bellona. British Common Third Rates. Maybe I should have downloaded it as well, but yeah, HMS Bellona is in my British Common Third Rates product. There she is, Bellona, open ports. Okay. On my Blender, STLs get imported looking pretty rough. If I just right-click and click Shade Smooth by Angle, it'll look normal again. Okay, so here is Bellona, and what are we going to do today? We're going to add a figurehead. I'm not sure what figurehead Bellona actually had, so I'm going to add a random one for now, and then probably change it later to a correct one. We're going to add rigging holes where they'll fit for putting your rigging thread through, and add anchors to the sides, and I think that should be enough. Okay, so if we remember, I downloaded the accessories. First one I'm going to import is the rat lines. The reason I'm importing the rat lines, we're not going to print the rat lines as part of the model, but we're just doing it to check out how much space we have to work with. So I've gone to where I've saved the rat lines, third rate folder, and I'm going to just import all the lower rat lines. I'm holding the control button as I'm clicking to batch select. Here we go, here are our third rate rat lines. I'm assuming you know basic Blender controls. I do have a video on that, which I'd recommend you would watch if you're completely at loss, but I'll still say what I'm pressing as I press it. So G key for grab, Z to lock it to the X-axis to move up and down, X-axis to move side to side on the X-axis. So I'm just using G and Z, Y and X to position these so they look just about right, you know, so the cannon can poke through, it'd be positioned there. So I know I have this space to work with here if I'm going to do a hole for rigging. Here. I would guess that would be how I would place it. Obviously I'm going to be placing these physically on the model. Not here in the slicer. This is just to help me with my positioning. You're going to press the R key to rotate on the Z axis. And if you want a cleaner rotation, click Object up here, Set Origin, center of mass surface, and then it will rotate like that. So just position these, they look about right. Yeah. So with this one, when I print the rat line off, I'll probably take a knife and actually cut off the latter two, what would you call them? Vertical ropes. Thin this down. Okay, so that's my rat lines positioned. I can now add my rigging holes. So I'll be teaching you now how to use Boolean modifiers to make holes in your models. This is actually quite good Blender knowledge. On collection, up here, going to right click, click new to make a new folder, select that folder, double click it, name it crops. Going to press Shift A to add mesh cylinder. And here I've got cylinder, I'm pressing S to scale it. N key to open up transform, and I press N. And here in dimensions, we're going to put 0.6, 0.6. We're going to rotate it, R key, on the Y-axis, sorry, to -90. If I hold the control key, it will rotate in clean 5-degree increments. So I'm going to just move this. Now for rigging holes, generally speaking, you look for these running boards along the side, and on the aftermost part of it, where there's a space, you put a rigging hole in. That's what we're going to do. You want to put it in somewhere, though, where it won't be too bad for the mold's integrity. So here, I've already got this railing going over the top. So if I move this so it's under the railing and partially going through the top trim here, my thread can then actually be tied off to the bottom of the railing when I do it on the physical model. Oh. Sorry, my cat's at it again. So that's the first one. I'm going to press Tab to go into edit mode, which will edit my selected object. Press A to select all. Hold the Shift key and press D to duplicate, and then I get another cylinder. The reason I'm doing it this way is so that these are the same object, so I can apply the crop to them together. Right. For our hole here, technically the running board ends over here. If I'm honest, I'm not actually sure where it should go, but tying the thread will be a nightmare around here. So let's just put it here. Make sure that you don't collide with the cannon on the other side. Place this carefully, like that. Yeah, that's good. And then we got our final one, Shift D, duplicate. Actually, there is nowhere to tie the thread. If I do a hole here, it's going into the solid part of the model. So I would probably just super glue the thread to the side of the ship, or improvise some other way. There's just no way to accommodate the thread here. If I did a hole here, it would be too high up. So we've only got 2 holes. We're going to click Add Modifier on our selected cylinder. Type Mirror. Use Mirror. Click this pipette and click on the ship. And now that mirror is on both sides. Now we click the ship. Add Modifier. Boolean we type in. Difference is what's selected. This means that where there is a collision between an object and another object, that collision will be translated as a hole in the shape of the object. Let's bring this down a bit. Yeah. But we want to set this to fast on Solver. Exact will take longer and be slower, and usually fast is enough. You only use exact when fast isn't working. So we click the pipette again and click on the cylinder. Now if I click the cylinder and press H to hide it, or hide the folder up here, crops, get rid of the eyeball, you'll see we have rigging holes. So that's step 1. We don't need the rat lines anymore, so I'm making a new folder called rat lines, and I'm going to put these in there, and I'm going to hide it. Bellona. I am going to guess we want a Greek woman for the front of this. So if I go on my downloads folder again, and somewhere in here there should be the figureheads. Did I not download the figureheads? Oh, it's the random. Okay, this is the figureheads. Okay. So copying this address. File, import, STL. Armored woman, Britannia, Hellenic woman. I mean, that's probably what I'm looking for, isn't it? I'm guessing Bellona will be one of these. Someone will be screaming in the comments. about the famous figurehead of Bellona. Oh my gosh, how could you not know? I'll go with this one. So again, G key, and when you press the G key, you just press Y, X, or Z to lock yourself to a particular axis. And I'm moving it to here. Something to bear in mind is the mast. You don't want the mast to hit it. Since I can't see a crop here, if the mast was designed to crop over the top of this, I'd see a shape, but I still want to be kind of safe, probably like that. Make sure you've got plenty of points of collision between the model. It's a shame, I don't want to lose the lovely plume. Hang on. Hold Z, wireframe. I can x-ray the model if I just follow the course of the mast. I think it has to be like that. This is very imprecise. A better way to do it is, I'm not going to tell you how to do this, I'm sorry. Yeah, just move it down. I'm sorry, to explain what I just did might be a bit time consuming. It was an extrusion. I pressed tab, I selected face mode, I selected this, I pressed E to extrude. Oh, I guess that didn't take much time to explain. Yeah, okay, this is good enough. Because I want this plume to be somewhat visible, even though we're talking about a model where it'll be like this big at the end of the day, I'm going to hold Shift, A, mesh, add another mesh, add a cube. Going to put the cube in there. And I'm just going to, just to give it some further integrity, I'll put a cube in here. I'm pressing the S key and moving my mouse to scale it. Press tab to edit mode again. Face mode selected up here. Click the top face. G, Z, just moving it like that. S, X, scaling on the X axis. There, that's good enough. Looks nice and solid. Is there anything else we need? What did we download? We downloaded the accessories pack for the anchors, didn't we? We need anchors as well. So we've done our rigging holes. We've done a figurehead. We can delete these. X delete. So now I just need to go to the accessories here. And in here we've got all sorts. We've got boats and anchors. You could do boats trailing behind the ship, but I'd print them off separately. Lots of different sized anchors. I have no idea how heavy Bellona's anchors were. It's more frustrating that I've only modelled French anchors because I didn't have any good references for British ones. So if you're a real anorak for this kind of thing, these anchors are actually the wrong shape. These are curved while British ones were angular, or vice versa. Vice versa, I think. I think British ones must be curved. I don't know. Select these, right click, shade smooth by angle. We're going to guesstimate, I'm going to guesstimate a 7000, and we're just going to see how it fits. Now, the way an anchor fits onto a ship is you want to rotate it. Oh, sorry, before we do that, object, set origin, center mass surface, just so I'm playing with everything pivoting off the center of the anchor. We want to rotate this 90 degrees. Remember, if I hold the control key, it does it in clean 5-degree increments, so that's 90 degrees. It needs to go under the cat's heads here, and we need to see if this fits, if it looks right. It does not look right to me. That looks a bit too big. Try the 6800. Again, set origin, surface. I'm sorry if there's anyone who has read the logbooks of HMS Bellona and knows the exact diameters of the anchor and is angry at this historical anachronism. Actually, they're probably more angry at me positioning the anchor wrong. I think it actually goes like that. That's right. Oh dear. That looks... I think the first one was the right size. I'm sorry, these are the downsides of unscripted videos. Especially ones where I don't fact check in advance. Right. Sorry, this is right. I'm rotating on the Y just to get it angled like that. Bear in mind that this anchor will require supports. You want the the prong or the pointy bit down here to be just about level with the foremost gun port, but still obviously leave clearance for the gun to fire over it. And you want this crossbeam or whatever to be just clipping into the cat's head. This is all for the sake of integrity. If I have these bits all clipping, it means I'll, you know, have more resilience together as effectively a common part. That looks pretty decent to me, to be honest. If I were going to get super involved, I would actually start, maybe add a cube here. We can try that to make print supportless. If I could give any advice to STL designers, like the most common and irritating mistake I see, it's people who design files where you could very easily, with minimal effort, make something print supportlessly in a way that's almost invisible. And yet people insist, especially on like 28mm models, of having all these overhanging little details that each require individual supports. When it's like, here, if I just put this cube in here, I am completely eliminating the need to have a support, which just makes everybody's life easier, doesn't it? I'm pressing Control R now to do a subdivision. Left click, and that's so I can okay, that wasn't really useful in the end. Well, maybe. These are still level. You want to have a big flat area that then gets a bit more spindly. To be honest, this isn't perfect. This would still technically require a support. I guess I'm more trying to demonstrate the principle. On my actual models that I'm, you know, making from scratch rather than prepping for printing, I will go to a bit higher effort to make supportless prints. But this shows the principle and is probably good enough, to be honest. A little easy hack you can do to check if something will print with supportless is Shift A, mesh plane. Spawn in a plane. If you move it up, it's sort of like a print preview, isn't it? So look at the bottom of the here, the prong. So I'm holding Shift to make it go slower. Yeah, that's fine. So no support needed here, and on the final model, it'll basically be invisible. Just going to click this, hold Shift, click the anchor, Control J to join them. They're together. Add another mirror modifier to make sure it's on both sides of the ship. And there we go. This bit will just need supports in your slicer. You know, I have a video already on how I support my ships. Just watch that. If I were going to fiddle with this, I actually would make it crop into the railing up here. Just hit again, further integrity. This support's still fine. Yeah, it's still fine. And I think that's everything. I'm just going to look her over one more time. We have got our rigging holes to put your thread through. We've got anchors. I swear we did something else. Oh, we got a figurehead. And I think that is ready to go. So what's the final step? This feels like all my videos end this way. You need to have 3D Builder installed via the Microsoft Store. If you're on Windows, if you're on Apple, what are you doing? Sorry, no. If you're on Apple, you can use is it Formlabs online repair tool? You can use that. That's something where you upload it through your browser and download it again. And while you're waiting on that, you can order a PC like a normal person. No. Sorry, it's like me and fucking... Sorry, it's like me and freaking Slicer software. I like to get needlessly combative about arbitrary choices of software. Yeah, we need to repair this now. So I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to click my ship, making sure I've got all the other stuff hidden. My rat lines, my crops, they're all hidden. Going to press A to select every object in the scene. So that'll select the figurehead and the anchors. File, Export, STL, Desktop. Name this Bellona 1700 Bellona. Open ports. Print ready. Whoop whoop. Selection only. Export. Now go to my file browser. Desktop. It'll be down here. double click this. I've got it set, STL files set to automatically open the 3D builder, so here it is. Make sure you have millimeters clicked for the love of bejeebus. Otherwise your model will come in 10 times too big. And actually this doesn't even need a repair. This one is just ready to go as it is. Which means if I drop it into Litchi, which I'll just load up. Get my file back up here. No. Should drop in and be print ready. I'm not going to support this because I've already done a video where I supported a ship for printing, but I will show you the lazy trick if you want to check a print quickly. I print my ships level. Really, for optimal results, you would ideally want to print them angled, like 20... No, okay, no, maybe 10. Like that. That would be ideal, but the issue is, which is just me being a bit silly, really, is I think about these pin racks. Technically, that's an island, but now that I look at it, it's probably not even going to be noticeable on the final model, to be honest. Although to save, it's probably more efficient to do it that way actually, because then this is roughly level. But anyway, my little hack. Click magic, auto orientation off, auto supports off, light. That'll put it on a raft for you. Go on prepare. Generate automatic supports here. Click this arrow. Generate only on island. That should ensure all the little deck details and things that do have problems get automatic support. Like, yeah, you see the pin rack there has got a support under it now. I'm going to change this so the tip diameter is 0.2 just to make it extra fragile so I can just wisp it away. It's done the capstan there. I don't like that. Bit of a crooked way. It's doing the cannons. Actually, yeah, that is another reason to print level, to be honest. The cannon wheels and stuff. I don't know. At 1700, the islands that are here are probably so small as to be inconsequential. Tell you what, I will try print this way, and I will I'll write in the description if everything goes wrong, I guess. But this is at least pointing out to me where the problem areas are. It will also automatically support all your anchory bits. It thinks I need a support here, but if you look, this doesn't need a support, that's fine. I would say this doesn't need a support. No, that's fine. But that, yes. That, yes. Figurehead definitely needs the support, so glad it's done that. Get rid of that. Has it done the ring on one side, not the other? Yeah. I would put one on the ring. With, again, a 0.2 tip, just to make it extra delicate. And the bottom supports I would do myself, as per my other video. I will not do all this on camera now. Oh, that's another reason. It could mess with the gallery. No, I take it back. I will print this level. I'm sorry. At least then the layer lines kind of look like wood planking. Anyway, I will leave it there. Sorry, I know I'm prone to rambling. I hope you got something useful out of this. If anything, how to get anchors to stick to your ships and figureheads. And rigging holes, which people have asked me about. I used to put them on, then I started taking them off, and now that I'm trying to paint ships again, I'm thinking, why did I take them off? It is a pain in the butt to drill, but I don't know. Leave the choice to the customer. Yeah, some people might be printing these at ridiculously big scales, 1/300 or whatever, and then the rigging holes will look massive because, yeah, it looks like someone's taking a big bite out your model, doesn't it? Anyway, guys, take care. Thank you for watching if you made it to the end, and happy modelling and all that, innit?